Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope you are having a fantastic weekend. Since it's Saturday yet again, that means that it's time for ye olde weekly home fragrance roundup, the video that I like to upload most Saturdays here on my channel, where I share all of the home fragrance that I used over the course of the past week. I am joined by my trusty assistant Alf, who is he's ready for his little afternoon nap here. So he's going to be settling down, but any of the background noises that you might be hearing if you have your earbuds in, those are more than likely coming from Alf. So if you hear some snoring or something like that, just please know that it's not you. It's me. Well, it's him. It's the dog. So please enjoy that free pug ASMR. But yeah, today I'm going to take you guys through what I used this entire week. It was kind of an interesting week for home fragrance. But before we get into it, I will go ahead and put a lot of information in the description box right below this video. There is Candle Crock and Candle Lamp 101. I am going to be taking you guys around on a tour of what's currently in my crocks and under at least one of my lamps. If you are not familiar with either of those two candle accessories, I feel like more and more people are starting to purchase them. So, but I also have a lot of new people that join my channel, and I do get questions sometimes like, what's a crock? What's a lamp? Which one should I buy? Which one you buy is totally going to depend on how you feel about the maintenance that comes along with either of those two candle accessories. You may not want to deal with pouring off, you know, melted layers of wax. If you don't want to deal with that, the crock is a much better way to go. But, you know, if you don't mind that little bit of maintenance, you do get some ambiance from the candle lamps. And yeah, they perform, in my eyes, for the most part, just as good as crocks do. So yeah, anyway, I will go ahead and link that video in the description box down below. If you've never watched it, it might be worth a watch for you. There's also links to crocks and lamps that I personally own that I think are fantastic, really high quality. There's information on candle sales for the weekend, discount codes. I am an ambassador or affiliate, if you will, for both HomeWorx and Kringle. So if you want to save some money with either company, I'll put my information for my discount codes down below. But yeah, anyway, it's just a plethora of information. Feel free to check that out. And without further ado, I think we should get started with a little trip around the house to see what's currently burning so that you guys can get a sense of what the springy smells are in my house right now. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about the rest of the candles. So you may have noticed this candle in the background of my video today. This is Country Candle Strawberry Lemonade. So that's what's currently going in the quote unquote fancy lady living room. I've already done an in-depth review of this one. I really, really love this particular strawberry scent from Kringle, but you do have to know that it does have quite a bit of lemon in it. It really is a true strawberry lemonade. Don't let those fragrance notes fool you. They're really kind of strange fragrance notes. Honestly, this smells just like a strawberry lemonade. It's delicious. It's authentic. I'm really loving this one. I do see myself for purchasing another one before the fall rolls around. So yeah, I'm enjoying this one, and I'm having a really good, consistent experience with pretty much all of the country candles this go around. They did change out the wicks, so I think the wick changeover was a great decision because these are burning quite well. So anyway, that's what's going in the formal living room. We are now in the entryway, and in the Sherborne Hurricane from Pottery Barn, I am burning crushed blueberries from Kringle. This was a part of that like 3-wick fruit release that they did. I think this one is at the halfway, just about at the halfway point, so I should be able to review this one as well. But I made a mistake with this one this morning where I trimmed the wicks, and I trimmed one of the wicks way too short. I'll give you an overhead shot. I'm afraid that I might have to like cotton ball this wax just a little bit to remove some of it to see if I can correct it. But I love this scent, you guys. It smells so good. This is the type of blueberry fragrance that I really love. You can tell which one the sad wick is, can't you? Oh, look at it over there. Yeah. Be careful when trimming your wicks. Honestly, I just meant to like snip off like the tip of it, but I was paying attention to Alf and not what I was doing. And yeah, I snipped off way too much. I knew as soon as I did it, I was like, oh, I think I just ruined that, but we'll see if I can salvage it. But overall, in terms of like, is this like an amazing blueberry? Yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend. So I'll share an in-depth review of this one coming up here next week as well. Welcome to my kitchen where I am currently burning country candle cake pops. I am well beyond the halfway point with this one, and I haven't even filmed my review of it. But I will tell you right now, I've already ordered a backup. It's already here. I received my backup candles just a couple of days ago here. So the cake pops, you guys, this is so good. It's an interesting scent, however, because it's definitely a gourmand, but it does have just a slight, super slight touch of like a perfuminess to it. But I think it really works with this one. It's still super yummy. So anyway, I haven't done my in-depth review because I thought it would be kind of fun to burn a couple of these candles a little bit past the halfway point before reviewing them. So we're definitely here with cake pops. So I think I'm going to try to film my review of this on Monday to be able to get it out to you guys early next week. But I can tell you right now, it's 2 thumbs up. I love this one. It's had a wonderful strength and throw, very consistent. I'm loving the new wicks. These new wicks are making such a big difference on these country candles. So definitely applaud Kringle for the wick changeover. It's made a big, big difference. All right, friends, we are now in my office, and this is the only candle lamp that I'm using right now. And under this lamp, I have HomeWorx Wildflower Meadow. I still need to do an in-depth review of this one. I actually burned it about 1/3 of the way down, but I really wasn't getting much from it in terms of strength and throw. And so I decided to go ahead and pop it underneath this lamp here. And I gotta tell you, I'm actually getting a better performance out of this one under the lamp than I am when it was lit. So anyway, I still need to film my review of it. I think this is still available at homeworx.shop. I got this one last year in PR. It's not a fragrance that I would have personally purchased, but I am really glad that they sent it because it turns out I actually enjoy the scent. It's not one where I would need to like hoard it, but it's really quite pleasant. But I wasn't impressed with the with the burn of it. Not that it was messy or anything, and there were no problems with the wicks other than the strength and throw was really quite light. But under this lamp, it's doing a little bit better. So yeah, go figure. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, you guys probably just saw the in-depth review of this one here in this candle crock. So this is, maybe you'll recognize the stripes. It's Sunset in Maui. And I really actually like this scent, but once I finished filming the review for it, I was like, I wonder if I can amp up the strength and throw a little bit by popping it into a candle crock. And yes, it actually smells stronger in the crock. I can smell this all throughout the laundry room here. I mean, it's not like a massive laundry room, but it's pretty decent size. But it also travels like out into the hallway and back into the kitchen, which is a pretty good feat for a candle in a crock or burning, just because of like the layout back here. There's, you know, like it's kind of a more enclosed space, I guess I should say. But it is making its way out of here. So I find that to be impressive. Anyway, I'm really enjoying this one. Even if I only repurchased it to put it in a crock, I think this one's worth it for me. I really like this Sunset in Maui. How did you guys feel about this one? We are now in my upstairs filming room, and I decided to see how the passion fruit punch would do when it was warming versus burning it. If you watched my review, you know that this is actually one of my like bigger disappointments from Kringle. I love anything passion fruit, and I don't know how this one passed quality control. It just smells so rancid to my nose. It's definitely a disappointment for sure. I will say it doesn't smell quite as funky when I'm melting it versus when I was burning it, but I still wouldn't like repurchase it just for, you know, like a crock type situation. Yeah, but I would never buy this one to burn it again. I think they need to go back to the drawing board here. I know they can do a good passion fruit, but this was not it for me. So yeah, I think I'm gonna let this go for maybe the rest of the day today, and then I think I'm ready to turn it off and kind of move on from the passion fruit punch. But yeah, a definite rare disappointment for me from Kringle Candle with this one. This is the candle crock that is in our master bedroom, and I decided to move the Calypso Clementine up here into this candle crock. I love this scent, but I'll show you why she ended up here because it'll be pretty obvious pretty quickly. See how dirty that wax is? What happened? The wicks happened. This came with those like thicker tree stump style wicks that I just really don't love from Bath & Body Works. And it really actually started to affect the fragrance itself during that last burn. So instead of, you know, just tossing the rest of this one, I decided to go ahead and pop it into the crock. It smells wonderful. I will repurchase the Calypso Clementine, but I think I'm just gonna know that like it's gonna be one of those like burn it to the halfway point and then just pop it into a crock type of candles. It's really too bad because it is such a great scent, but that being said, yeah, it's doing great in the crock. So I'm enjoying it up here, and it especially smells wonderful on like kind of a warm sunny day. So I don't know if you are at all interested in it. I think it's still worth picking up. Just know that like it might have kind of a messy burn, and if you don't crock or lamp any of your candles, it may not be worth picking up, but I don't know. I also know there's a lot of people out there who don't really care about whether a candle gets sooty or, you know, gets messy during the burn. You know, they're just here for the smells. So if you're just here for the smells, you know, probably none of this other stuff is going to bother you. But if that does bug you, I would say just go into it knowing that they might be kind of problematic for you. Anyway, that's it. Let's get back to the rest of what I was burning and melting this week. All right, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that little tour of what's currently burning and what's happening with the crock and lamp situation. So let's go ahead and chat about all of the other home fragrance that I was using this week. So the sun has come out in Oregon. We are actually for the next few days here, we're supposed to be in the high 60s, low 70s, and just blue skies and sunshine. Spring is actually quite nice most of the time here in Oregon. I feel like the Pacific Northwest has this perception of just being like a rainy, dreary mess like year round. It's really not like that, you guys. We certainly have some rain. I mean, that's why everything is so lush and green here. But, you know, once the spring really gets going, it gets quite nice here. I use air quotes because I think it's nice for other people who like warm weather. That's just not me. It's just not naturally what I gravitate towards. But I will say, the warmer weather this week has definitely inspired me to get into more of like a fruity type of mode. And it's kind of pulling me away a little bit from gourmands, not entirely. I just kind of transitioned to like springier, summery gourmands, but yeah. This week was focused quite heavily on these Kringle 3 wicks that I picked up when they were originally released. So I didn't receive these in PR. I paid for these myself. I was really excited about this particular collection because, like I said, I love me a fruity scent this time of year. So I think with all of these, I'm pretty much ready to start reviewing them. I already reviewed the passion fruit, which you saw in the candle crock upstairs. And these are all now at the halfway point as well, so I feel comfortable reviewing these. If you're new to my channel, I really prefer to burn my candles a little bit longer than maybe some other people do before they review them. I'm just big on overall like burn quality and making sure that a candle doesn't get sooty or messy. So I tend to, it takes me a little longer than most people to get my reviews up, but yeah, I think it can be helpful to have those initial like post-burn reviews in terms of what does the fragrance smell like. But I also think personally for me, it's helpful to know, like, is this candle gonna dud out on me? Is it gonna get puny wick syndrome potentially? And honestly, that does vary from candle to candle. There are, I think, some obvious batch variations, not only just from like Bath and Body Works, but I think other candle companies have batch variations as well. So yeah, I just think burning the candle a little bit longer is maybe a little bit more useful for me personally. So that's just the way that I tackle it. So you will see reviews of the rest of these coming up probably. Actually, you know what? I think I might be able to film these 3 for tomorrow's video, so stay tuned. But raspberry jam. Listen, you really got to watch my review of this one before you buy it, because I'm very conflicted about this one, and I'm kind of curious about what you guys think as well. I love this on cold sniff. Like, I love it. It's such a pure, wonderful raspberry scent. But there is something that happens to this one when I light it, and I don't love that. So if you're curious about this one, please watch my review first before you decide to order it. So I'll try really hard to make sure to get this ready for tomorrow, Sunday's candle video. So on my candle review days, I typically upload at least 2 reviews at a time. Because I have so many candles to review right now, I'm actually uploading 3 candle reviews per day when I have those candle review sessions here on my channel. So I'll get these 3 ready for you guys for tomorrow. So Patanga Peach. Listen, this and the crushed blueberries in the entryway, hands down, my favorites from this entire collection. These are so good. If you like HomeWorx Farm Stand Strawberry, I think this smells exactly like Farm Stand Strawberry, and I love it. And I've loved Farm Stand Strawberry for years. So yeah, I adore this one. I'll be repurchasing this one for sure. Then we have this is the Strawberry Patch. This one is actually a little bit past the halfway point. And this one's kind of interesting too, because this one I feel like is a little bit more focused on like there's like a citrus note in here. And there's a lot of emphasis on that to my nose with this one, and I'm not quite sure why. I was hoping this would be kind of a dupe for my Farm Stand Strawberry from HomeWorx. And I can get Farm Stand Strawberry, right? Like, that is available. So, and I have a ton of it. So that being said, this does not scratch that like pure, like super sweet, like midsummer, like authentic strawberry itch that I have. But it is nice. I just think you have to want some citrus alongside this one. So anyway, check out those reviews tomorrow. Also from Kringle, this is like the point that I like to get to before reviewing a candle. So this one here is ready now for a review. I've actually been burning this in our downstairs powder room. It's such a great fancy lady bathroom scent. If you are looking for something very sophisticated for maybe like a bathroom situation, This one I think is so lovely for that. Now that being said, I also think this would make like a nice bedroom scent. It's a little bit perfumey. It's a very interesting fragrance and I kind of like it a lot. So I think I'm gonna repurchase this one. This one here was sent to me in PR, just so you guys are aware. I did get that one for free. Okay, all right. Last weekend, Stella, my daughter, had her 12th birthday party. So she had a bunch of her friends over. I asked her what home fragrance she wanted going while the girls were here. And she requested happy birthday and something, we mixed it with something else. You'll see it here in a second. But she requested happy birthday and like mixed with something else as far as like the Scentsy warmers. And then she wanted these two burning in the background. Listen, I love my kid beyond measure, but it was really, I had one of those moments of like, does it have to be these two? And the only reason is because I adore them and they're so close to being finished now. We burned these all day while the girls were here, and even early into the evening before they finally, well, they never really went to sleep. Who remembers the middle school slumber parties? I know I didn't get much sleep at them. So anyway, you guys, sprinkled macarons, or macaroons from Kringle. It's a macaron, it's not a macaroon. And then sweet cream, also from the Reserve line. Both of these were part of the same drop. I will say, we're pretty close to finish. I think I have a little bit more of these sprinkled macaroons left, but I'm within like 2 burns of the sweet cream being on. So that's a big bummer for me. But I was in the, this one goes with this one, sorry. I'm trying to make sure, yeah, I get the right lids back on the correct candles. But someone had mentioned, it was actually Tiffany. Tiffany mentioned in the Kringle Facebook group that sprinkled macarons is very similar to, what was it? Oh no, what is it? Now I forgot the name of it. I love this scent. Not morning cartoons. Marshmallow Morning. It was Marshmallow Morning. And after I saw that comment, I was like, I can see it. I can totally see the comparison between the two. Now this one does smell a little different to my nose. I actually pick up like an almond type note in here, which if you're familiar with macarons, the cookie part, not like the filling part, but the cookie part is made with almond flour. So that is where that like almond type note would come from. But I think it's very, very similar to that other fragrance. So I think until I can get my hands on more of this, what I'm gonna do is order a couple of the one that I can get, because that one is available on the website, and just kind of make do with that for the time being. But once again, I would really like to urge Kringle Candle to re-release these fragrances. Do you not want to make money? I feel like, I mean, just based off of what like I myself would order, I think I would make it worthwhile for them to re-release these two. Also, while you're at it, toss in some jelly donut, and you can have my entire wallet. You can have my Capital One Venture card. I would get a lot of airline miles. So if they could bring it back, that would be fantastic. But I don't know what the holdup is. I know all of us keep asking for it. Like every chance I get, like I try to like put the feelers out there for, could you bring it back? It's obviously not working, but let's keep pushing, because why not? I love that trio of the jelly donut, the sprinkled macarons, and that sweet cream is basically gourmand heaven as far as Kringle goes. And I hate that I can't get my hands on more of them. I'd be so happy to purchase them. I'll tell you what I did purchase more of though. I finished the first one. I don't know how I'm already finished with one of the spring candles, but based on the amount that I burned this, it does make sense. Look at how clean this burn was, you guys. This is Ice Cream Sandwiches. I put the review up of this earlier this week. If you didn't see it, I'll link it down below. so freaking good. This is so good, so good. It's gonna join that trio that I just mentioned as like Holy Grail gourmand favorites. I'm so in love with this scent. Anyway, clean burn the whole way down, extinguished itself, no soot. Look at this. You guys, look at this. Barely any like you can't even see, like there's a little tiny bit of like residue on like the side of the jar, but this is so perfect, you guys. I absolutely adore this fragrance, and I think Kringle knocked it out of the park here, and I really want them to put this in a 4-wick version. I know that they're going to be transitioning to 4 wicks at some point. I don't know if it's going to happen this year, like we haven't heard for sure, but I have my fingers crossed that it is hopefully this year. I cannot wait. So I already purchased 2 backups of this, and I know there's going to be more coming my way because I don't want to be without this. But I will tell you, unlike the Reserve candles, which are much more limited in their releases, these fragrances here, like the ice cream sandwiches, the coral, any of the country candles that were released for spring summer 2024, those are all going to be around for a while. So if those sell out for whatever reason, they should be pouring more of them because those are the seasonal scents for spring and summer this year. So they'll be around. So you don't have to rush to get these, but I mean, if you're getting any, I would, and if you like gourmand scents, obviously if you just prefer fresh scents or you prefer florals, this is not going to float your boat the way it floats mine. But if you like gourmands, I cannot say enough good things about this one. So big fan, and she's going in the empties before the end of March. That's wild. Okay, I did do 1 burn of my Sweet Red Mango from Bath and Body Works, and I gotta say, we are definitely well past the halfway point with this one, and she is one of the few this is one of the few Bath and Body Works candles that is like holding up in terms of, I think I'm actually going to be able to burn it the whole way down. Not much discoloration in the wax there, no sooting, a great sweet scent, and a good performance in terms of strength and throw. So this is a winner. I want more. I have no business repurchasing any candles right now, says the girl who bought more ice cream sandwiches, but I would actually get this again. If Bath and Body Works keeps this around for the summertime, I would repurchase actually a couple of these to have on hand. This would be a great scent during like July, August, during like the hottest part of summer. It's just such a nice, juicy scent. Okay, let's update a couple of these Candleberry candles that I recently purchased. So, I think I'm getting the best like burn out of the pink sugar. The sparkling tangerine, for some reason, like it's just not, it's leaving quite a bit of residue on the side, and it really wants to tunnel. You can kind of see that tunneling that's starting there. So I think I'm going to try to pop this underneath one of my candle lamps to see if I can like even this wax out just a little bit again and maybe start over. So I'm not going to trim this wick quite yet. I'm not experiencing any sooting with these at all. They're not like a dirty burn. But the strength and throw isn't super great. It's a 1 wick candle with, you know, just kind of a somewhat, I guess, limited opening. I can definitely smell these. They're great for a room. They are great for a room, but are they house fillers? No, these are not going to be house fillers. But the reason that I actually purchased these is to test a few more of their scents to be able to determine which cookie jar I want. The next time that they have a sale on their candles. There was actually just recently, I think it was either a 20 or 25% off sale. I should have probably bought it at that point. The sales seem pretty few and far between when it comes to Candleberry. I mean, they have like their monthly specials or whatever, but it's only like a couple of cents usually. It's not like a lot of other ones. But anyway, moral of the story is I like this sparkling tangerine. But I'm not sure that I want this in a cookie jar format. If you're not familiar with the Candleberry cookie jars, they are massive. I am talking like it is a vat of wax. I will link my, what was it? I did a review of my cookie jar in vanilla crumb cake. I bought the vanilla crumb cake. I loved it. I actually had to take a break from it because it just kind of got to be too much because, again, I burned it forever. It took me so long to get through that thing. But I had a really great experience with it. I mean, the burn wasn't like as clean as like a Kringle soy burn, but it was decent. Like it was decent in the cookie jar format. I have not tried the larger jar format. The large candles from Candleberry basically have the same like style of jar. This like, I call this like, it's almost like a home, what do we call these? I want to say like homespun. That's not the right word. Maybe it's like an apothecary type jar. But I think of these as like apothecary. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, but as far as jars go. But this, the large jars are basically just this, but like taller. So this has been doing fine for me. I think I'm leaning towards the pink sugar, you guys. It's a really nice pink sugar. But I find that the further down I get with this one, I'm picking up a hint of almost like a caramel type note, but it's mostly still the Aquilina pink sugar. So it hasn't changed drastically, but I do like this one a lot. It might be kind of a lot for a cookie jar though. Like it's a very perfumey scent. And I usually keep my cookie jars, well, the last one that I had, I kept it in the kitchen. We have a nice big kitchen island, so they just look really great on there, but I'm not sure if I necessarily want that fragrance in my kitchen. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to think about it a little bit more, but I do really like their pink sugar. Okay, I finished these two candles this week in terms of candles that I had underneath my candle lamps. I'm gonna show you guys these. This is what I am left with. You can see there's a little bit of wax that does not get melted as you get towards the bottom of the candle. That being said, I feel like I don't really smell much from these anyway at this point. So yeah, these are done for me. If you're not familiar, when you have a candle lamp, you do have to pour off the layers of wax. So I started both of these candles brand new. So you'll see the wicks here. They've never even been lit. I straightened that one out for you. But yeah, as you like melt each layer of wax, as you stop smelling the fragrance oils, you pour off that layer and then you pop it back underneath your lamp. And it usually takes a few days of like 8-hour sessions for me with most candles, some less sometimes, but this one here was about like 2 days of like 8-hour melting sessions twice a day, if that makes sense. All of my lamps have timers on them, so I usually set them for 8 hours. They go for 8 hours, they switch off, I go back, I turn them back on for another 8 hours. So it's like a 16-hour melting session. And after about 2 days, I was like, I kind of need to pour off that layer. So, but anyway, I love my lamps and these were great. This was Christmas cupcake and this was iced sugar cookie. Very similar scents. I would probably repurchase both, but I would like them to be a little bit stronger. But that being said, I think I still have 6 or 7 of these. I bought so many of these from QVC. This is why QVC got me into so much trouble with HomeWorx, is like the sets of 2. And then I just, you know, like I went ham on that one because I love the scent, but it wasn't quite as strong as I needed it to be. All right, you guys, we have some Scentsy to talk about, so let's get through that. I shared my first Scentsy Spring Wax Melt haul. If you missed that, I'll link it down below. But I started diving into those wax melts that I purchased. And I gotta tell you, let me pull out the ones that I was like, why did I buy 3 of these? It was this one here, Cotton Candy Tails. Why did I buy 3 of these? I saw caramel in the description and I should have known better. Caramel, I'm very picky about. I'm picky about a few different like types of fragrance notes, but caramel is one where it kind of goes either way for me. I either really like it or I'm just like, harf, gross. I don't like this at all. And unfortunately, this one kind of went to the like harf end of the spectrum for me. I just smelled mostly caramel from this. I don't know what I was expecting. But yeah, it was just mostly caramel. So I kind of regret purchasing this one. If you don't like caramel, I would say skip it. But that being said, this was the only one so far out of like that entire order where I was like, probably shouldn't have gotten that. But lessons learned. I did have this going for a couple days. Other people liked it. We had one of our friends over and he was like, that smells really good. And I was like, oh, I should have just given them to you. I should have just given these wax melts to you. You would have loved them in your house. Okay, now let's get to what we had going for Stella's party. So we did, where's it at? Where'd the other happy birthday go? I don't know where it went. Anyway, we had 2 bars of happy birthday going. I have 1 cube left in this one. I think maybe Craig threw it away. I probably left it sitting out on the counter or something. I think that's what happened. And then in the other warmers that were left over, I put Kringle, well, actually Country Candle Sweet Stuff, which by the way, this was a dupe from Kringle of the Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom Cream scent, the Chirosa 62 fragrance. And where is it, Kringle? Where's the scent? Mick said he was gonna bring it back, but I haven't seen it on the website, and I'm a little perturbed because I love this one. It's so beautiful. But good news, Scentsy came out with Sun Castles, which very, very similar to the Boom Boom Cream scent as well. I haven't melted that one. That one's going to be going probably into the warmers for this weekend. I'm filming this on Friday. So tomorrow is wax changeout day, and it's supposed to be, I think, pretty close to like 70 or like 75 tomorrow. So that'll be a good day to get that particular one out. So I'll update you guys next week on the performance. But yeah, anyway, happy birthday was so good, and it actually mixed quite well with the sweet stuff as well, so love that. I did some almond croissant this week. I do have my Scentsy Club order coming in April, which means I have more of the almond croissant coming my way. By the way, several of you suggested that I should just increase the frequency of my club deliveries for a few months to stock up on my almond croissant, and I have thought about that, but I think I might at some point. But right now I'm kind of in like spring summer mode, and a lot of those scents are mostly geared towards like the fall and winter months for me. So I don't know, maybe I will, maybe I won't, but that is a very good idea. So, but I love almond croissant. She's in my club. I have 1 cube left. You know what's actually really good is the happy birthday and the almond croissant together. If you've never tried these two, they are delightful together. Currently, I have this trio here going. I have lemon drizzle cake mixed with strawberry lemon cake. This is a little bit of like an overkill on like the lemon, but these smell amazing together. So 1 cube of each in some of my warmers. And then the other leftover warmers, if you will, got Summer Berry Melon. Someone reminded me that Summer Berry Melon was actually a brick last year, and I do remember that brick because I loved it. And it's back. Oh, this is so good, you guys. This is cassava melon, I believe. There's also some strawberry in here as well as raspberry. It's just delicious. And I'm really glad to see it back in the catalog. You should try it. If you like summery scents, you should try that. And then I finished the Simply the Zest, which was a part of, what collection was this? I don't remember. But this is really good. Oh, it's very citrusy and fresh and just clean smelling. It's delightful. So, and that is pretty much it in terms of what I was burning and melting this past week. So let me know what you were burning and melting in the comments down below. Let me know if you have any updates on any of your recent HomeWorx, Kringle, Bath and Body Works candles. Oh, are you gonna readjust? Oh, we're getting a readjustment kind of late in the video here, buddy. I know, it's almost over. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you were burning. Let me know any of your candle updates, and I appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget to give this video a big fat thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and Alf and I will see you in the next one. Say bye, Alf. He's like, where are we going? All right, you guys, see you soon.